Hey, this is Craig, and here's a quick walkthrough of how to sign up for a WordPress.com site, which we're going to have to do for the midterm exam. It's free, first of all, so that's good. It's pretty easy. It doesn't require any of the hosting stuff, like when we have to go through our hosting service. None of that garbage applies. And I'll explain what we're going to do with this later. But for tonight, Sunday night, everybody should go ahead and sign up for a WordPress.com account. WordPress.org is the hosted version that we're using in class. WordPress.com is the free one that we're going to be using for this exam. So go ahead and grab a browser, grab an open tab or whatever, and type in WordPress.com, and you should get the screen that looks like this that shows up. Click sign up now, and you get to go through this fun nonsense again. Let's see, I've already got a WordPress.com blog, so give me a second here. Create a username, password. Again, I recommend you use something that you remember, use all the time. That's probably something that web security people would cringe at, but we have enough passwords floating around, so you know. Use my Sun Times account because I think I've already used my Gmail account. If you want to read it, you go right ahead. Alright, and then make sure it says give me a blog, and click next. Alright, so this is going to be wholenewman.wordpress.com is what it's going to end up being called. Here's your chance to change that. It really doesn't matter because you're basically just using this for the exam, unless you want to keep this going into the future. The nice thing about WordPress.com, though, since it's not hosted, or it's free hosted by them, once you've created this account, you can go back in and generate any blog by any name you want. The caveat is that it's always going to have WordPress.com at the end, so you're always going to see this. But you know, if you want to make it craignewman.wordpress.com and then create 5 different ones, you can do that. It's going to automatically generate a blog title. What I'd like for you to do here, instead of it saying blog, is say midterm. Okay? And you can change this at any point afterwards too. I would say for now you probably don't want this to appear in Google and Technorati search engines. And then go ahead and sign up. And update your profile. Yeah, okay. Yeah, why are you jumping around? Alright. Save profile. And then I'm going to check my email to see if it's there. It could take a little while, so you know, if it doesn't show up immediately, don't start breaking things or anything. And yeah, sure enough, I don't see it yet. So what I will do is check back in a little bit, and I'll hit pause on my video capture here, and when it's in, I'll resume and walk you through the last part of it. Or you can just skip all this if you think you know what to do and go ahead and sign up. So talk to you again in a few seconds for you and a few minutes for me. Okay, looks like we're back, and that was like a little bit of time travel for you guys, or at least it was for me. Anyway, here's the WordPress registration note, and here is the link that you're going to want to follow so you can finish your activation. You guys are probably familiar with this drill from any number of other places. Your account is now active. There's my username, there's my password, but I'm not telling you what it is. We'll go ahead and log log on. Believe it or not, I'm on my non-speedy work internet, and it seems to be taking forever today. And then from there, you should see something that looks pretty familiar to you. A dashboard just like what you see in WordPress.org, the hosted version of WordPress. This is going to give you, well, let's go ahead and visit site. It's the same crappy big giant blue topper thing that you get when you start up the other version of WordPress. I would suggest you spend very little time, but go ahead and find a theme that you like. They are going to be different. Some of them will be the same as what you've been choosing, but there are going to be some different ones in here. But that basic one that it starts you off with won't work for some of the stuff we have to do. Now, I'll go into this a little more in class, but for the exam, we are going to be creating some multimedia content like we've been doing through the quarter, whether it be a sound slides or a map or a video or whatever. Now, you're not going to be expected to do any original reporting for this. You can source it off the web. But the difference between the two WordPresses is that WordPress.com, this free version that we're using now, is much more restrictive in the types of content that you can use. I'm just going to go ahead and activate a theme so that there's something going on in the background, by the way. You can embed a YouTube video and very little else, like Dippity and all the rest of that stuff is just going to have to be links. But you are going to be expected to create those items and then put them into a post with the link to the project that you've created. Current theme. New theme activated. Let's visit the site. Oh, look at that. It's gorgeous. So go ahead and set up your WordPress.com account and set up a WordPress.com site tonight so that it's ready to go tomorrow, because we may or may not need most of the class to knock out the midterm. And if you have any questions, I of course will be more than happy to answer them. Shoot me an email at newman.craig@gmail.com, or you can ask before class tomorrow. Until then, I will see you later.